going on, Street Outlaws fans? This video right here, I know I can read the comments already. I can see all the whining and controversial crap that's going to come along with it, but I'm doing it anyway. And the biggest reason why for all of this is, we're going to say Discovery and Pilgrim. They have a vested interest in JJ. Just like they have one in, the lead guys of No Prep Kings. The rules got altered every year until Ryan Martin won it. Nothing against Ryan Martin, nothing against saying that he's not the fastest or anything like that. It's just the truth. And look, the 405 is the same way. I did see them lose an episode where I have not seen Memphis lose one. That is the only difference really in the two that I have seen. With that being said, JJ was allowed to alter things for his benefit for this race. I mean, it does not take a rocket scientist to see NOLA sweeping everyone, and the passes that they're making are, sub 450 passes, and then you go out there against JJ and it looks like none of them's ever even drove a race car before. That should tell anyone that something is different. JJ isn't just the best on the street in the world and walked out there and spit on it and held his finger up in the air to check the wind, and then he was putting his cars down through there. The way the show portrayed it is JJ made 2 passes in O Heavy, went and told everybody the data, and their cars just was perfect. That's not how life works. That's not how street racing works. That's not what happened. I don't care what you think or what you've been told. That's not really how it works. Yes, the street is the equalizer. I'm not saying that. But it's not what they portrayed it to be on the final Fastest in America show, NOLA vs. Memphis. That's not how it works. That's not... There's reasons why NOLA could not, get anything to work that night. And JJ could. JJ, being the race master of this whole, hustle fest that he had going, is the reason he won that race. There's several things, and we're going to go over them kind of one by one quickly, of why things changed. All of the tunes and stuff that NOLA had from where they had raced all up until the point of racing Memphis, they changed to a part of the road that was grooved. You could see it. And you could see it on the show that they had changed from slick concrete to grooved, and all those tunes are just as useless as the amount of information that Memphis went into it with. Memphis probably actually went into it with more because they knew they was going to change the surface that they was racing on, and that's why they was more prepared than NOLA. Is that cheating? I don't know. I feel like if Memphis knew that they was changing the road, then yes. If they didn't, then it is what it is. Next thing that they changed was the burnout box. The burnout box was moved 70 feet, according to what they said, back from the starting line. So there was no way to put rubber on the starting line. If you go back and you think and you remember, you can hear Scott Taylor talking about doing as long of a burnout as he could. That way he could have tried to put rubber down on the starting line and get something going for, Team NOLA, but it is what it is. Without a doubt, NOLA would have got the hang of it, but their cars are just so much more powered and so much more race car than JJ, and they went into it knowing nothing, where Memphis knew what they was doing. It is what it is. I feel like even JJ was embarrassed of an 8-2 sweep against them when NOLA swept everybody. I think that, they lost 2 races was the most that they lost in the whole thing. And when NOLA swept Black Sheep Mafia, it pretty much tells you that something's wrong when Memphis comes in and does the same thing to NOLA. NOLA proved that they deserved to be there, that they was the fastest there, and then that happens. It's obvious. Sorry I got off on that rant. The burnout box was moved back 70 feet. That way no rubber could be applied to the actual starting line. And, that's the only rubber there is the rubber that you can actually drag your burnout out that far and, actually have some good rubber laid down. Or where people started previous races. So there's nothing, you're starting on bare cut concrete, and you got to have a tune for it. What I'm reading is from a list that some of the NOLA guys had made of what happened, and they said that it's hard to win when the flagger is the team leader for the opposing team. Meaning, it's hard to beat JJ at JJ's game when JJ is the flagger, is what they're saying. I'm not sure what all they exactly mean by that. It's obvious games could be played. I'm not saying that they was. I'm not saying JJ was not stand up on that. He has said in the past that he would never do that because he's not actually helping somebody by, giving him a head twitch or, dropping his arms on 3 instead of 5 or whatever. If he does that, he's not helping somebody. He's hurting them, because later on when he's not there to do that for them, they won't be able to, carry their own weight. So he said that he'd never do that. But, there's a lot of fishy stuff that did go on. I don't know if it's just me looking into it too much or what, but, it is hard to win a race, a group race, when the race master is the team leader for the other group. I'll go along with that. The last thing that was done to prevent NOLA from getting their tunes right was this. All 8 cars had to be pulled up back to back, ready to go. Each time a pass went down, they had 7 minutes to get the next ones up there. Which meaning when the first 2 went, the next 2 was sitting there, at their cars ready. They had 7 minutes to walk back, get in their car, and pull it to the starting line and do their burnout. So there's no time for any adjustments for what you've just seen. And that means that all the cars are staying at the other end unless they can get turned around and get back in that same 7-minute window, and are not able to share their data. So that prevents anybody from Team NOLA from sharing data with someone. And the argument there is, if you're a street racer, you can look and see and adapt, but you got to be able to do it in 7 minutes. That's a problem. Where I feel like Memphis knew that's what they was going to be racing on, possibly even tested it, already had their tunes, suspension setups, tire, whatever they needed, whatever information they needed, they already had it going into that race night, is the reason that happened. JJ wasn't as happy about winning that one as he was the first one, and I think it's because he knew that there's no way he really could have swept them that bad. It didn't make for good television. I will say this on top of everything, that when it comes down to money, NOLA still got paid as much or more than the $100,000 Memphis won. All the rounds they going into it was 20 grand a piece, plus all the side bets that they had was between everybody they raced, it's probably 100 grand or better. So JJ's famous words is, "He who wins gets paid." So with all that being said, I have talked to some of the ones from NOLA, from Team NOLA, the guys on TV, the ones you actually see. Yes, those guys, and about this episode, and all they will say, they won't say anything bad about JJ, won't say anything negative about him, won't even come out and say how they truly feel. All they say is, JJ is a great guy, but he done them wrong. So, with that being said, I guess we can take that however we want to take it, but it is what it is. JJ and them won Fastest in America for the second year in a row, and I don't think that they was not the fastest team on the property. I still feel like Memphis should be in the bracket for the $100,000. They should not have to wait to the end to race. Chances are, you put Memphis in the bracket, they may not even make it to the finals, and that's why they're not in the bracket. So, Season 3 of Fastest in America, let's see Memphis in the bracket, and let's see them race on the exact same road. Memphis had every opportunity to pull their cars out there every night and test and tune on that same surface, just like everyone else did, when all of that meant jack shit, because that wasn't even where they raced. So, all that grudge racing and getting them tunes ready for Memphis and all this, that, like I was hustling and talking on TV, meant nothing. Nothing against JJ, but that meant nothing. So, with that being said, I'm going to end this one right here. Supporting my man Eric Malone, fastest cars in the Dirty South, Team 256. Go to his Facebook page, website, get you one of these shirts. Pretty sharp shirt. And I'm so close to 50,000 subscribers, guys. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I don't think I've ever actually said that in one of my videos. Hit the subscribe, or smash that subscribe, but whatever how you want to word it. I felt weird even saying that. Push the subscribe button, and I would really appreciate hitting that 50,000. One last thing. I've had several comments I've seen talking about the Wraith, the RC cars. That closet right there is completely full of RC stuff. If that's something that anybody would like to see one day, make some stuff out, get it charged up, and see what y'all think. But I am going to end it right now. Anything you want to know, say, do or have, email addresses on the screen. If you want your shirt supported on this channel, hit me up. And thanks for watching, guys. I really, truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything you do for me. And I want to keep this going to make 2021 our best year yet. So, that's my goal, and I hope that you stick around to see it happen. Thanks for watching. Godspeed. I'll see you in the next video.